And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Insight on Business. My name is Michael Libby. It's all powered by our advertising agency, Insight Advertising, Marketing, and Communications, made possible by our friends at FWRSA. FWRSA, tax and accounting professionals that will work hard for your business until the cows come home. Also, Bike World, the store that supports the sport in Ames, West Des Moines, and in Urbandale. Also, you'll see them on Iowa Public Television. It's called Bike People from Bike World. So underfunded branding, what can be worse than spending a lot of money going through a research project and all kinds of focus groups and coming up with a brand new name that is very important, obviously, to your corporation? Well, it's been about a month ago since Iowa Health Systems had changed their brand and their name to something called Unity Point. Now, it would have been different. Oh, and by the way, what else did they do? We saw loads of television commercials and radio ads all pointing to the idea that now Iowa Health Systems, Iowa Health, was now known as Unity Point. Well, but there's a problem when you rush into your branding mechanism and you don't have, or you haven't saved enough money to change perhaps the most public things that have to do with your brand. Here's an example of what we're talking about. Again, it's been well over a month, and here's a sign. These are still signs that are going up, still up, all over the Des Moines area. Iowa Health Systems, you can see that, and then there's this. Rather than now, stay on this for just a second, Ryan. This is what they've done to rebrand themselves. They've gone and had a vinyl banners made and put up a couple of fence posts and covered over what their old logo was and their old name. Yikes. I mean, it's one of those things, ladies and gentlemen. Kudos to them if they're trying to save money in doing this. But this is a great lesson for those of you who are in the business of thinking about rebranding yourself. Not only do you have to spend the time and the money to get the word out to the people, but your most public of all things, your signage, also ought to change from time to time, or at least keep up with it. Case in point, not too very long ago, CenturyLink was born. It used to be Quest. Now, of course, CenturyLink has a lot more money than our friends over at Iowa Health or Unity Point. But CenturyLink went through this branding process. Every single sign, every single truck, everything was changed within a couple of weeks. And of course, they have loads of money, but at the same time, they got it right. They were able to not put the cart before the horse and make sure that their signage and their outward appearance matched what their new name was. Ouch, I know. Let's take a look at something else. You talk about sexist ads, and for some of us, we would have thought sexist advertising, especially television sexist advertising, would have gone the way of the old world. But that's not quite true. Last week, TrueCars.com released a video that some have called the most sexist of car commercials that they've ever seen, or one of the most sexist of all commercials. So here's the 30-second ad from TrueCars.com, and check it, if you will, some of the references that are made by the women who are being shot in the video. Ryan?
I talk big, right? And at the dealership, I was trying to hold my own, and it's kind of tough.
TrueCar really took the anxiety out of the car buying process.
When you use TrueCar.com, you get a certificate, and it shows you a fair price.
I felt confident going in on my own and closing the deal on my own.
TrueCar makes it a lot easier to go in by yourself.
I don't need to bring a dude with me.
When buying a car, get guaranteed savings and a hassle-free experience. Visit TrueCar.com.
You know, you just have to wonder sometimes. I'm responding to some people on Twitter. By the way, you want to go ahead and contact us. It is Insight ADV. That's Insight ADV on Twitter. That's where we'll take questions and or comments. So that's from TrueCars.com, ladies and gentlemen. And you say, well, wait a minute. I don't even have to have a guy with me. So that little adventure got us to taking a look at several other video pieces that are out there, and this one popped up. This is from the 1960s. And while TrueCars.com isn't this sexist, this was just absolutely amazing. Ryan, go ahead and run that old Goodyear ad.
Depending on how you drive and your car's condition, you can get incredible mileage from the Goodyear Custom Wide Tread Polyglass tire.
I've got 32,000 miles on my tires.
I've got 41,000 miles on my Polyglass.
But Polyglass means more than mileage when your wife has to drive alone. When a woman's at the wheel, Polyglass means more than mileage.
When a woman's at the wheel, Polyglass means more than mileage. Yikes. Oh, we would think times have changed, but according to what we just saw from TrueCars, maybe not so much. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the economy and your consumers. You know, the economy is bubbling along, people are buying more, and the question happens to be, okay, if you're not getting your share, why not? We might have some answers for you. The economy and your consumers when we come back. This is Insight on Business, the News Hour. Back right after this.